Hi everyone, glad to have you with us. It is Thursday. It's been a rather colder, rainy day than what we were expecting. Not been that nice, not that many of us really getting out one way or the other. Nevertheless, I'm glad to have you with us tonight. It is the 23rd day of April. The Sayersville Independent, of course. Latest edition out today, and a wonderful read still. No sports going on, but we're keeping up with all the sports related news locally. We'll take you back to 1958 on our historical page, our Throwback Thursday page, sponsored weekly by Grover Arnett, attorney at law. One of our many stories in there is a feature on one of the largest food pantries in the area, the Lakefront Church of God, Water into Wine, and how they are operating and how they've been affected per the pandemic, and a lot of other news that you'll only find. And if you find that you can't get out to pick up a newspaper, read it in print, you can always, of course, go to our website and get the main headlines. But for the foreseeable future, through the pandemic, you can find a link there as well very easily that takes you to the full PDF, high-resolution version of the entire newspaper, and you can just scroll down it very nicely and easily, page by page, and see the paper very vividly on your phone device or computer. And we'll keep that going for as long as the pandemic does and sometime thereafter. And we're kind of working on a subscription type thing, very, very, very low cost subscription type deal with online and other services that we're going to try to roll out a little later on, but not now. It's all free for now, and it's all out there. Tonight, an update, as we had Mr. Rocky Atkins with us last night, pushing, getting out there and responding to the census, and taking a few moments to do that. I'll have an update on Magoffin and Kentucky numbers. Magoffin County arrest, an upgraded charge of murder now for an eastern Kentucky man who remains lodged in the Big Sandy jail. We also have some census information in another story, as well as COVID-19 information as well, and more from our governor and a few other things that we'll go ahead and jump right into. We'll jump right into coverage of this week's Magoffin County Fiscal Court meeting, where it's going to be the new normal for a while, and not just from the Magoffin County Fiscal Court, but for many local government entities, as the Magoffin County Fiscal Court took to an app and program yesterday to hold their meeting on a monthly basis with everyone in attendance on the fiscal court by virtual means, as they were together electronically. A brief portion of that meeting we'll cover tonight, some important aspects thereof, and also an update on how the community is doing by the Judge Executive. We'll begin, however, with coverage and remarks from the Deputy Judge Executive, Kevin Howard, a local update on our 911 Center of Operations, still in the process of being moved to the courthouse, as well as some other important projects, including some new bridges for Magoffin County. Early on in the meeting, an update from Deputy Judge Kevin Howard included information on the new 911 Center getting closer to being in its new location in the Magoffin County Courthouse. Throughout the course of the meeting, they approved, that being the fiscal court and judge executive, purchase of the furniture, their hardware, radios, antennas, as well as a generator for 911. Now, that generator came with a significant amount of grant funds, and also will allow operation of the entire building, not just supplying power to 911, but a 200 kilowatt generator, which will supply electricity to the entire Magoffin County Courthouse in need during an emergency or what have you. Also, another update, the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center, which we really can't use right now, is still set to see its gymnasium floor repainted back to its original glory sometime in the month of May. While on the topic of roads, specifically bridges, the fiscal court approved unanimously the acceptance of an 80-20 grant to replace 3 old wooden structures.
Item C is the 80-20 that we applied for bridges. It means they give us about $80,000 and we spend $20,000. And we're going to get 3 box covers to replace wooden bridges. Those are at Tree, Frank Williams Road, and Will Bailey Road. Since each of the items are over $30,000, we're bringing them for you to approve for the administrative code and model procurement law. So next year in July, if we don't get cut, we'll hopefully be able to do 3 more of these bridges with this same money. So, but that's the intention anyway. Start getting rid of as many of these wooden bridges as we can.
So you're saying that we're going to be out to 20%?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's called 80-20.
Yeah.
And they give us, actually it's $100,000 total. We're going to pitch in a little more than that. But this way we was able to get 3 bridges.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it's just like those ones that we put down there in your district, already, White Oak and Long Branch.
Moving on, the fiscal court voted to begin construction immediately on the $80,000 Civil War Battlefield Park on Route 7 next to South McGoffin Elementary. That's a 50-50 match with federal land and water grant money, so they'll pay $40,000 a structure to begin construction as soon as possible. Judge Wireman then later made a motion to fill the expired Water District Commissioner position held by Teresa Arnott with Grover Roark. All voted yea. And in closing, the judge thanked the fiscal court, other officials, and all of the community and county for working so hard to keep McGoffin County among only a handful of Kentucky counties to thus far experience a positive COVID-19 case.
As far as my communications go, I just want to thank the fiscal court for their support and the things that they do out there while we've got this COVID-19 crisis going on. We've been a good team. We've got good elected officials, everybody in the courthouse. We're putting up with a lot of unknown things that hopefully nobody in history has to experience again. But I want to thank the citizens of McGoffin County too. The vast majority of the people in our county are the reason, but with their support, they're the reason that we still have 0 cases. I know we've not had a lot of testing, and that's part of it too. I'm sure once they expand the testing, the numbers are going to grow and grow and grow. But as of right now, I believe that all the compliance and all the things that the people here have been doing are absolutely the reason that we've kept our numbers down. I know we took a little bit more aggressive approach, but I can't think of a family in the county that don't have 1, 2, 4, 5, 10 people in it that are not in that susceptible category. I'm one of them. Having diabetes, that makes me susceptible. We've got a lot of people that are over 60. We got a lot of heart disease. We got a lot of COPD and emphysema, and I think people are taking it seriously here. We got a few people that ain't, and we got a few people out there that want to be the rebels. But that's anywhere you go, and that's to be expected. As I said, I appreciate everything that McGoffin County's done. I appreciate the way that they've covered it and the way that they're continuing to cover it. And again, I appreciate you all.
Next day, McGoffin County man was arrested by Paintsville police early yesterday morning, well before dawn, after a complaint of a man scaring individuals in the parking lot of the Paintsville Walmart. At a time of 4:18 yesterday morning, Paintsville police arrested Billy Green of Sagersville, Billy R. Green, for charges of DUI, second offense with aggravated circumstances, driving on a DUI suspended license, first offense also with aggravated circumstances, failure to maintain insurance, and no registration plates. After those Paintsville police say that they received a complaint of a man in the Walmart parking lot around his vehicle scaring people with a baseball bat. Police say when they got there that Green was in his car and after making contact with him refused to comply with demands or requests for field sobriety tests and appeared to be under the influence of methamphetamine based on his actions. He was taken to the Palby Hall Medical Center where he refused blood and other tests and then lodged in the Big Sandy jail. Also making headlines tonight, upgraded charges for an Eastern Kentucky man who remains lodged in the Big Sandy jail for beating his wife to death. The investigation thus far determining, says police, that he's responsible for killing his wife, and as it also appears for beating her over a long or extended period of time. Originally charged with assault in the first degree, 40-year-old Christopher Bailey of Louisa still remains lodged in the Big Sandy jail, now on upgraded charges of murder in regards to the killing, the brutal beating of his wife. It was back earlier this month on the 9th that authorities in Louisa saw a vehicle driving erratically with its hazard lights on, following it to the Three Rivers Medical Center. And it was there that what appeared to be a distraught Bailey jumped out from the driver's seat, running to the passenger side door, saying that his wife was unresponsive and had eaten rat poison. but as soon as she was taken into the hospital, still unresponsive, healthcare providers started seeing obvious, severe indicators of an assault or several assaults. Medical records were obtained, and the investigation determined, said police at the initial time, that there were many unexplained injuries in various stages of healing, including several rib and spinal fractures. Pictures that Jo Beth Butcher Bailey's family shared of the beating before her death showed her literally black and blue, beaten from head to toe. During the investigation, Bailey admitted to causing some of the bruises and injuries on his wife's body, but had no explanation for the remainder. Jo Beth Butcher Bailey died some days after she was taken to the hospital, leaving behind her 4 young children.
Hello, my name is Jerry Lynn. I'm the Community Pharmacy Clinical Coordinator with ARH Pharmacies. And I just wanted to talk to you all today to remind you that all of our pharmacies are still open for business. We're currently well stocked and ready to take care of any of your medication needs. We are taking great measures to help protect our staff and our customers at this time. We have several locations that offer drive-through services. We encourage you to use those. In this time, we have also expanded some services to include curbside delivery. We ask that you just call our pharmacies ahead of time to request your refills or to make sure your prescriptions are ready. When you arrive at the pharmacy, give us a call. We'll bring those prescriptions out to your vehicle. We also are offering delivery service at this time to some of our local communities. If you are interested in delivery, just call your local ARH pharmacy. They'll be more than happy to take care of your prescription needs and set you up with the delivery service. As always, we offer the ARH mail order service out of one of our hazard pharmacies. If that is something that you are interested in, you can give us a call at 1-888-654-0015. And again, as always, we're happy to take care of any of your prescription needs for you, your families, and our communities.
Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConleyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. They've been so popular, we're still running the $5 off coupons for the big family meal deals. And your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe wants to remind you that you can call ahead, prepay, or drive through, and rest assured that we are taking every precaution possible to keep our customers and our employees healthy, happy, and fed. And thank you for your patience and your patronage during these most difficult times. And to help make them a little easier, we're offering $5 off our 16-piece family pack and 20-piece family pack meal deals. That's 16 or 20 pieces of chicken any way you like it, and all the sides to feed all the family, all $5 off. All you need is the coupon out of this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent, and they're giving away free issues of the Sagersville Independent with every purchase. It's that simple. Only at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. A message from the Fraser's Prater Drug Store and Seasonal Shop families. Prater Drug wants you to know that you can now call, use Facebook, or use our Refill RX app to get your prescriptions refilled. And the drugstore also has designated curbside pickup parking in front of and behind the store. Simply call 349-3135. And at the Seasonal Shop, they're still posting new arrivals and taking orders with free shipping on most everything anywhere in the entire United States. And they're offering scheduled curbside pickup. Just message them on Facebook, Instagram, or email at seasonalshop@yahoo.com. Fraser's Prater Drug Store and the Seasonal Shop says let's all do what we can to help and protect our neighbors and loved ones. Times have changed. Now and suddenly, more than ever. Our lobbies might be closed, but the Sagersville National Bank wants to remind our customers that we're still here. We're still working to provide our community with as many services as possible. During this time especially, we encourage all of our customers to take advantage of all the options we offer to manage your accounts from the convenience of your home. 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, 24-hour telephone banking, remote deposit, automatic loan payments, and wire transfers are also still available to our customers. And we're still here during our normal hours. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5. And the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you. Before we go to our calendar, we've got some new things on our calendar tonight and some important announcements, maybe a birthday wish too. But before we get there, a little update on our census status. Last night I was very pleased and privileged to have Rocky Atkins with us, who spoke at length about a number of things: our governor, COVID-19, the pandemic, and how important it is for us all to take just a few moments, a minute or two, to fill out the census, either online or via paper, which you may have received in the mail. So in lieu of his being here with us yesterday virtually, an update for you in regards to how Magoffin County is faring. We've seen a significant increase in just the past 7 days or so, but we're still way behind the state and still way behind where we need to be. So just to let everyone know where we are and where we need to go, and maybe to motivate everyone to keep these numbers climbing, the nation right now has a response rate of 51.8%, and Kentucky, I'm glad to say, is doing better than that at 54.9%. And 43% of that Kentucky response is coming in from the internet, just to let you know. So right now, Kentucky's at 54.9, and 10 years ago, when it was all said and done, we had a 65.7% response rate. Keep that in mind. Now, as for Magoffin County specifically, a week ago this past Tuesday, when I first started this most recent push, the county was at 26.5. Today, we are 5 points higher at 31.5% of a response rate. That means we're still lagging behind the nation and behind the rest of the state as a whole. And in 2010, Magoffin County had a total 46.3% response rate in comparison to Kentucky's as a whole 65%. So we were behind in 2010. We're still behind now, but we've still got time to go. So with some encouraging words from Rocky Atkins yesterday and our local officials, go to 2020census.gov if you haven't received your census information in the mail that you can mail back, and fill out your census information. And I just got a message from Marlene at the Magoffin County Senior Citizen Center. Marlene says that for anyone out there who does not have internet access, to simply call the Magoffin County Senior Citizen Center, 349-512-5152, and they will help you fill out the census form. That's a wonderful offer. And not just because I'm sure Marlene is dedicated to the community, but the census, that information has a lot of bearing on funds that organizations and things like our Senior Citizen Center will receive. So it's vitally important to them, and they'll be more than glad to help you fill out the information. Even if you have internet access and maybe need some help, I'm sure Marlene, the judge's office folks, are out there to be glad to help. And maybe if you have a neighbor who you think, well, might need a little help, give them a call, help walk them through it. Whatever you can do to help see that we get this done and then come out as being a shining example of how many people should be responding to the census, well, that will put Magoffin County ahead in more ways than one. Here's tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau-sponsored community calendar. First, a birthday wish from Olivia and from Alex and Talon, I believe it is, or Talon, and Tim, with a whole lot of love and best wishes. It's Diane's birthday. Happy birthday, Diane Howard. From all the fam and a bunch of friends who love you lots. Happy birthday to you. This is an important announcement as we kick off the rest of our calendar announcements. Are you interested in becoming a foster parent? Changing someone's life, not just your own? Well, you can find out more. We're kind of social distancing, but they have set up a Zoom informational series next week. You only have to do one of them, but they've got two set. Tuesday at 2 and Friday at 2. If you haven't tried Zoom yet, I've just done it a few times myself, but all you have to do is download the Zoom app on your computer or device, ZOOM, and then email Tamara Howard, tamara.howard@ky.gov, to tell them which meeting you want to be at. Now, let me give you another little piece of advice. If you have any problem setting up the app or anything, go ahead and email Tamara now. It can be a little daunting if you're not used to that type of thing. It took me a little while to do it, but I promise you, she and some other folks would be tickled to death to help and have you there, sitting in on your computer or device on one of two meetings. You only have to do one, either Tuesday at 2 or Friday at 2. It really could be one of the best and most rewarding things you've ever done, being a foster parent. And all you have to do is Zoom to find out more next week, Tuesday or Friday at 2. McGoffin County Head Start wants me to remind everyone they are now taking applications. If your kid's going to be 3 or 4 by August the 1st, call 349-3488. And a reminder that starting at the 1st of the month, the Water into Wine Food Pantry at the Lakefront Church of God won't be able to serve anyone without a pantry card or paper. So if you haven't registered your family, you may do so by going to the app on your smartphone, either through the Apple Store or the Android Store, called the Lakefront Church of God. How cool is that? They're really with it over there. And there's also a really great story on the food pantry in this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent, by the way, just to throw that in there. You really want to read it. I'm not plugging the paper, I'm plugging the food pantry, but it's a great story. You can also call 349-6301 if you have any questions. They're asking everyone to arrive at the pantry between 9 and 11:30. They'll close the gates at 11:30. Everyone there will be served. Place the cards in your window. They'll walk through, scan through your window, and you can visit them once a month. And if you have any questions, you can also call their 24-hour hotline at 244-4818. With that, here's tonight's funeral service announcements, and we now have details as funeral services have been set for our friend Tammy Jo Helton Harper. Tammy passed away on Tuesday of this week at the age of 61. The daughter of the late Bob Helton and Reva Jean Meade Helton. She survived, of course, by her husband Bill, daughters Stacy Lemaster, Stephanie Danielle, Jerry Hollabaugh, and brothers Darrell Lee Helton and Chris Helton, and sisters Janet Mann and Linda Mann, and a host of grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Private, of course, graveside services for Tammy are going to be held this Friday at the Helton Cemetery in Bloomington under the care of the McGoffin County Funeral Home.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
All Pro understands that we are all just trying to make it through these most difficult of times, and they want you to know that they're here to help with any repairs or projects that you need done. Big or small, doesn't matter. They've got 0% financing for 18 months and long-term financing if you need it. If you need anything from a new gutter to a new house or a new garage, call All Pro Gutter Works and Construction, 349-9999. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400. This is Alani. Alani is the pet of the week at the Johnson County Animal Shelter, and she is absolutely a 1-year-old cuddle bug who loves to play and be petted, and she'd love to show you just how much love she has to give. And it's the perfect time to adopt right now, and the adoption fee is only $50, and that includes spay, rabies, flea, and dewormer treatments. Our Pet of the Week, sponsored by Dr. Tom Abel of Able Eyes in Lexington, who wants to remind us all to stay safe, stay home, and his office will be back open before you know it. There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And just in time for warm weather, they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785.
With the power to bring us together even when we're far apart, we keep families connected. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
So before we get to our governor's update for today, yesterday, Governor Beshear, of course, announced 196 new cases of COVID-19 in the Commonwealth and that another 14 Kentuckians had died. More than 3,370 cases and 185 deaths per those numbers yesterday. Also yesterday, the governor is saying that phase 1 of the gradual reopening of Kentucky will begin on Monday, this coming Monday, as hospitals and healthcare services will start to come back online. Hospitals are going to be able to, starting this Monday, doing diagnostic treatments, radiology, non-urgent and emergent procedures. Ambulatory visits, in-person office visits as well are going to be allowed per CDC guidelines, which we're all going to live under in some form or fashion forever, more so than we ever did. Nevertheless, all that will start to reopen and take effect this coming Monday. Also, since a lot of surgeries had been put on hold, a lot of pre-anesthesia testing, one of those early steps to have those surgeries, that will be able to start next week as well. And with McGoffin County still one of only 12 Kentucky counties without a confirmed case, I spoke with the McGoffin County Judge Executive and Mayor Pete Shepard earlier today. Shepard also, of course, a public health director. And they tell me that they, as of the past couple of days, have been fielding calls from media and health outlets and organizations across the nation, calling McGoffin County, looking for a little insight and answers as to why we have been able to avoid that dubious distinction thus far. As you heard McGoffin County Judge Matt Wireman say in closing in the coverage of Tuesday's fiscal court coverage a few moments ago, or meeting, there's a number of reasons for McGoffin County being one of only a handful of counties. Primarily, our community and our citizens are taking social distancing and our health seriously. But I can also find a common thread that when calling the judge and mayor today that they agreed might very well be a factor as well. When you take a look at the small cluster of eastern Kentucky counties which remain confirmed, I want to stress confirmed, COVID-19 free. And that is when you take a look at the most recent updated map of Kentucky, you can see those still left in white, the 12 counties without a confirmed case of COVID-19, including Estill, Lee, Wolf, and McGoffin, a little string of our eastern Kentucky counties there together, almost by themselves with the exception of a nearby neighbor in Elliott County. Doing a little research today just to confirm what we thought we had already realized. We're all in small eastern Kentucky counties with relatively small populations, which also means we don't have as much industry, manufacturing, and other things that we're always working to attract. But in this circumstance, things that may be helping to isolate us. Neither of those counties, including, of course, McGoffin and Wolf, have any large, big box retailers. They do not have a Walmart or a Lowe's. They have, of course, as does McGoffin, our grocery stores, Dollar Generals. But as far as major big box retailers that see tens of thousands of customers each and every week, and I'm taking a mere guess at that number, these counties do not. I also want to say, in speaking with Mayor Pete Shepard earlier today, our public health director, no confirmed cases again today for McGoffin County. I reported to you last night that there have been 29 tests done of McGoffin County in just the past 2 days, which was a pretty good little increase in regards to average testing numbers that we have seen so far. Those 29 that have come back negative, and we'll have a weekly update for you on tomorrow's program. Next, Governor Beshear with tonight's Kentucky update.
All right, so today's numbers are better news than we had yesterday. And it's hard to say something's better news when you're still reporting positive cases and you still have people who passed away, but the numbers on both are lower than the day before. So we have 161 new cases of COVID-19 that we are reporting today. And when we remove, again, duplicates and others, our official number for the state is 3,481.
The governor also announced that 6 more Kentuckians had lost their lives as a result of COVID-19. In some other facts, he said that Pikeville had seen 276 drive-through tests done just today and almost 700 this week. Many more Kentucky drive-through locations are coming online. He also, as we spoke of earlier, I did about the first phase of healthcare opening up on Monday, that full guidance and information about all those services will be online later on tonight on the state's COVID-19 website, about how everyone, patients, doctors, everyone will have to wear masks, extra sanitizing. And he says, essentially all businesses in Kentucky are not going to look the same when they are able to restart and reopen. We're going to have to work and practice social distancing guidelines and safety in all, not just in the healthcare facility, obviously. As far as dental and other fields, they are seeking input from dental healthcare providers about some stipulations and guidelines that they will need to and want to follow. And he also, going back to the numbers, said that even though we saw another number today, a significant number of positive cases, with a large number in testing, a significant jump in the number of testing, it still seems to indicate that Kentucky is or has reached a plateau. Now, before I say goodnight, let's see what's happening in tonight's forecast, and that for the rest of the week, the weekend, and their after showers. Imagine that continuing on the lighter side of things, but showers likely, maybe even a thunderstorm possible before 5 a.m. Cloudy, a low of 52 tonight. Winds calm, becoming west-southwest. We'll see another little round of some showers later on that could put down a half an inch, maybe a thunderstorm or two during the overnight. For your Friday, mostly cloudy skies. We should hit close to 65 tomorrow, about 64, and a 50% chance of showers. That is mainly before 11 in the morning. I think after that, we'll see just mostly cloudy skies with a wind out of the northwest, 6 to maybe up to 16 miles per hour for your Friday. So it's going to start off on a wet note. I think it will stay cloudy thereafter, but at least dry up, and we'll see a little bit of a light wind with that. By tomorrow night, just mostly cloudy, calm wind, and a low of 47. And then for your weekend, well, there it is. We're going to see showers return for your Saturday. Hold the applause. That's sarcasm, I know. Showers, possibly thunderstorms, afternoon or 1 or so on your Saturday afternoon. Winds becoming south as well, maybe hitting 20-mile-per-hour gusts or so. We could pick up another quarter to a half inch of rainfall on your Saturday, and we could see some thunderstorms with this next front that rolls through. It's not going to be a nice day at all. A little warmer, but that's about all I can squeeze out of that. As for the rest of your weekend, showers and thunderstorms into your Saturday night, and then by Sunday, mostly cloudy and cooler as the front passes through. 56 for your daytime high on Sunday, mostly cloudy and a 50% chance of showers, a slight chance of showers all the way through 10 o'clock Sunday night, and we'll see a low back down into the 30s at 38. And then next week, Monday, we'll start off with a little bit of sunshine. Actually, a lot of sunshine Monday. Sunny skies and 63 degrees. And a break from the rain until late Monday night. That's when at least slight shower chances roll back into the picture. A 20% chance Monday night, a low of 42. Tuesday, upper 60s again, but with that as well, some more sun and shower chances. Wednesday, Thursday of next week, still in the upper 60s. Showers and clouds, though, also with them. It's going to wrap it up for this Thursday. Thank you all for being a part of the show, as always. And as always, I hope you join us tomorrow for the next edition and last of this week of Your News Today. Good night again, and thank you so much for being here.